the sixth one, the most efficient, effective method of conveying information to and within a team is face-to-face conversation. So there's so much communication these days that that is over email and Slack channels or different chat text mediums. Creating long documents has kind of gone by the wayside, but there's a whole lot of text chat that's going on. And video calls are getting more popular. That's great. But because video calls are getting more popular, there's a lot more remote work where we think that we're capturing all of the face-to-face interaction, and we're not. All we're doing is kind of staring at each other. But if you remember, if you're the Agile Manifesto basically um, uh, interpreted this business people and developers working together daily throughout the project as co-located. And now most of the software work is not co-located. It's over video call, and we're a lot more work from home, work from uh, different locations, and so there's a lot less huddling around a whiteboard drawing together. And so as you're running a software group, think about these types of interactions, and you need to make up for it in some form or fashion. So I'm going to actually uh, change change what I'm sharing briefly, if I can, to to a mode where I can draw. And I'm on the slide, and I'm just going to pretend that this is a whiteboard. And actually, I'm going to go down to PowerPoint, and I'm going to be a pen. If I go back here. All right, so all right. So if I'm at a whiteboard and I'm drawing, and of course I don't draw very well, but this would be the same if I'm on a whiteboard, it's gonna be the same, scribbly, and um, I might have some components, and I'm using a Wacom pen and tablet connected to my computer so that I can draw something, so that I can simulate, something on a whiteboard. And if multiple people have it, there's these tools that you can use that are gonna, make up for the inability to be physically at a whiteboard next to each other. And so you need to think about these things. All right, so I'm gonna erase that. Let's go to the second six of the principles of the Agile Manifesto. Simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, is essential. This is another forgotten principle of the Agile Manifesto. And by the way, I'm going back to basics here. If you are running a software organization, or if you're planning on running a software organization, the blocking and tackling has to be solid first. So just like if you're coaching a sports team, you don't start out with trick plays and Hail Mary passes down. You start out with the basics. Every player on your team has to be doing the basics really, really well, second nature, so that then you can have a really clever playbook. And so these are the basics. Simplifying, uh, there needs to be regular discussions about what we have in our list of things to do, our backlog, and regular discussions about which ones, you know what, might not be necessary. And this is where having this go between the business and the software developers is pretty dangerous, because if a backlog is defined as success, we basically are eliminating the ability to identify work that doesn't need to be done. Okay. So here's another one that has kind of been forgotten over time. Then I'm going to highlight in following slides the ninth principle: continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Continuous attention to technical excellence. Okay. And then, um, and of course, all the rest are important, but I just want to highlight a few of these. And of course, by the way, number seven, working software is the primary measure of progress. If you're not producing a scorecard as the format of a status report that puts down as a metric, a measure for working software and how much working software has been delivered, then you're not really giving good status. And I'm not talking about how many features are delivered. I'm talking about working software as in we've accomplished goals.